Very good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Wednesday, 30th of April, 2025. We'll get straight into it, starting with the synoptic picture yesterday or midnight last night. And you can see nice, clear air, high pressure centered just off to the east of the UK, with some frontal systems working their way in from the Atlantic and from the southwest down towards the Azores as well. Cycling that through, see by midday, no real change. Small trough approaching the northern coast of Scotland and a decaying cold front on its way, but nothing that's going to be an issue for us at the moment. Into midnight tonight, we'll see again much the same weather, that weakening cold front getting closer and closer. And then into Thursday, that'll be passing, leaving hopefully quite nice air for Friday. And then going forwards back to the high pressure with the occasional little front coming in. But for today, very much the same as yesterday, high pressure, hot and blue. Yeah, the sat pics very much telling us that story. No significant cloud to concern us today. And looking out the window, we can see that's very much the case. And as a consequence of that, we have nothing on the rain radar that would be of concern to us, and nothing forecasted by the Met Office throughout today. A couple of showers over there on the west coast of Ireland, nothing in our direction. TAF Odium today, nice and brief, 0403 knots, cav okay. Nice and easy. And Farnborough's agreeing variable at 3 knots, cav okay. And there was a prob 30 this morning that we would have some reduced visibility. But the general theme there being nice, very light winds and clear skies. So light winds on the ground and reasonably light winds in the upper air as well. To the south of us, we've got about 100 degrees, 15 knots. That's probably down over the channel. But to the north of us, we're getting 2,000 feet variable at 5, and at 1,000 feet, 130 degrees at 5. So very, very light. I think that's closer to what we're going to get locally to Lasham than the 15 knots that they're having down over the channel. The wind is just confirming that for us, that sort of gentle easterly flow. And if we look at the Met Office local forecast, we can see very nice day, no significant cloud, really rather warm at some point, peaking at 25 degrees later this afternoon with 5 on the UV index. So watching out for that and making sure we hydrate and cover up. Easterly becoming southeasterly, very light, possibly gusting up to sort of 12, 13 knots as the sort of mixing gets going. And it will feel fairly warm with that light wind. Visibility at the beginning very good, should be excellent later on in the day. Very low humidity, and all in all, maybe not the best gliding day, but a very pleasant day to be out on the airfield. Just confirming that with the GFS, they're suggesting slightly lower, about 22, 23 degrees. You can expect a dew point of somewhere in the region of 10. Looking at the webcam on the south side facing west, very much tells the same story, nice and blue, nothing to talk about there really. And current temperature, we're now up to 15.1 with a dew point of 10.7. Looking at SkySight now, the point forecast. So they're actually suggesting we've got a bit of high cover in at the moment, but there's no evidence of that outside. None of the other forecasters agree with that. What we can agree with is that it's very much blue low down, no cumulus expected today, and a reasonable amount of heating. They would suggest thermals up to 4 knots, climbing to around 5,000 feet, which is quite reasonable. So we'll see how that develops. Exit on the left of the graph here, though, being the potential flight distance, not looking fantastic, particularly to the west. There is potential for some cross-country flying there, but they clearly think it's going to be better locally than it will be elsewhere. Top Meteor, on the other hand, looking at their potential flight distance for the day, they're suggesting sort of up to 400 kilometers in places around Lasham today, deteriorating down to the southwest. So the area to be in is definitely locally and possibly even to the north. Quick look at the NOTAMs now, a little bit muddled, but we've got 26 and 27, which have just changed their numbers, but that's some clay pigeon shooting at middle wall up to 1,000 feet within their ATZ. And we've also got Bart and Stacey's live firing. And over this cluster we've got here, we've got a Delta 132 ash ranges, and then there's a variety of flares being fired in various locations, Farnborough, Aldershot, Camberley, and they'll be descending, flares descending on parachutes. We've also got paragliders at devices. They'll be from surface to 3,000 feet in that area. So if anybody finds themselves in that region today, keep a good lookout for them. We will now move on to the local airfield brief. And starting with that Odium cross section for today, nothing to look at there. Really no significant cloud, freezing level just above flight level 100. Visibility improving into the afternoon, and a very light easterly wind increasing a little bit towards the afternoon, mid-afternoon, but then dying off into the evening as well. A lot of bookings then. We've got 2 K21s for the 5-day course flying, 2 K21s on booked instructional flying today as well, along with K13 for the casualist and club members, K13 on the solo to bronze course run by Merv, and there's 1 K13 for trial lessons. We have 2 on the casualist, so if we could get an instructor out to help, that'd be much appreciated, and the simulator is available. Just the one movement confirmed today. Shouldn't be an issue for the day group. Evening group might have an issue with a 737 from 2XL. We've had an email already to say that may go later than 1930 local. So provisionally, it's going to be later on this evening. It might go later on just before sunset. In summary, we've got high pressure, blue day with lots of sunshine. Make sure you have plenty to drink, use sunscreen and a soaring hat. Will be runway 09 today, cables on the grass to the south, air towing from the north. Grid will be 09 north grass as normal. And please be ready when the tug or cable arrives. Let's make sure we're not landing or taxiing across disused runways shown here in red. And here is our airfield setup. That's all from me today. We'll get the airfield set up shortly. We'll see you out there, and let's have a good day. Keep it safe. Thank you.